Valletta is one of the most beautiful cities in Europe, and we almost completely ruined it. Because Valletta is the kind of city where one wrong decision can cost you an entire day, and we made a few of them. The biggest? Turning up at places we were most excited about only to find the doors firmly shut. It's crazy to think a little bit of extra planning could have changed everything, but trust us, we're glad we've learned the hard way because now you don't have to. This is our honest weekend in Valletta, what went wrong, what blew us away, and what we'd do differently.
Having got an Uber from the airport into Valletta, we got our first glimpse of the winding streets, trying to find our hotel. One challenge with arriving earlier in the day is not being able to check in. As we couldn't ditch our kit, we decided to grab a tea on the roof to start soaking up the sights.
As it turns out, we thought Malta might be quiet, being January. It is heaving. Like, crazy busy, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've just come off of one of the main walking streets and trying to film there just would not have happened. Just a sea of people. Really, really bizarre. But we're now just heading towards the water. Hopefully, get a decent view.
And I did not expect to be wearing a t-shirt in January.
No, the t-shirt in January is not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all. We can always pick up a pair of Clark shoes while we're here as well.
First on our list of stops is the Upper Barrakka Gardens. This has the added bonus of being directly above the saluting battery, looking out over the Grand Harbour. Visiting during winter, naturally there was minimal flowers to be seen and a lot of maintenance going on, but the views are still well worth the stop. You can watch the salute from the gardens for free, or for €3 per person you can go into the museum and see it up close and personal.
Watching the gunner carefully prepare the cannon builds a real sense of anticipation, almost like a nervous tension as you wait for it to fire. If you're thinking about going to the saluting battery for when they fire the cannon, well worth it for €3 a person, although it is quite loud, as you probably would expect.
I felt the floor rumble underneath me when it went off. It was that loud, and you could hear it echoing just across.
It's awesome, isn't it?
Yeah.
Might have to do that again tomorrow. So, we have come down to the Lower Barrakka Gardens. However, we have a slight issue in that they're closed. They're currently being renovated. So at the moment, as you can see by the glorious white and green outer, there ain't no way we're getting much of them. Although, might be able to get something nice and creative there.
So this is one of the main things to visit in Malta, and it's currently closed.
Yeah, so maybe don't bother with that if you come in anytime soon.
Having explored for a little while, it's time to finally get checked into our room, freshened up and head up to the roof, Valletta's highly regarded sunset spot, to catch the early sunset before dinner.
As we were only in Valletta for 48 hours, we wanted to make sure we stayed nice and central to maximise on our capability to get around the sites. Booking with the Embassy Hotel meant we had that little touch of luxury whilst also being centrally located, making it the perfect choice.
If you've seen Valletta from a roof on Instagram, it's probably this shot.
The one thing I have learnt about Valletta, or Malta in general, is that they have way too many stairs and way too many hills.
Who needs a stairmaster when you've got Valletta? And this is a place Nikki's always wanted to come. Little did she know.
The city of steps and hills, apparently.
So, after all that, Nikki has found her place. One of the beautiful things about Malta is the fusion of food and cuisines available. And as Nikki is great with her research, she managed to scout out one of the best restaurants rated in Valletta. Given its reputation, we were super keen to get in early so that we didn't miss a spot. We didn't have a reservation, so it was a chance, but it was well worth taking. So Nikki said that this was ranked number 1. Now, I'm starting to see why. That pizza is looking stunning. So, how's that going down?
It's really, really good.
Yeah? What are you making of the truffle?
The truffles, like, it is in Italy. Very good.
It's fantastic.
Perfect,
Thank you. It's no worries.
Okay, so the truffle is really good. The ham is really fresh. There's rocket on it as well. The dough is fresh, and you can tell it's been cooked in a proper oven.
It is disappearing all too quickly, and the char on that base is stunning. Anyway, gonna get back to it.
Pizza, is that good? Time for dessert.
Well, that was stunning. Definitely worth a chat. Worth a what? So, we've just finished up at Sotto Pizzeria, and there is no surprise they are number one here in Valletta. The food is stunning, like better than some of the stuff we've had in Italy. You know, I mean, it's close proximity, Malta to Italy, but they really do just kick it up a notch. And the service was absolutely fantastic as well.
So I had the Louisa, which was ham with truffle oil. It also had cheese, and it was just so good, freshly made.
And I'm probably going to butcher the pronunciation, but I had the amatriciana, I think they said, which is like a proper traditional, that's a big hill,
That's good.
like a proper traditional margarita, but then with a few naughty little extras, some proper guanciale that you'll be known for with good old Roman style carbonara, and then a couple of extra types of cheese as well, which just tip it over the edge. Right, well, I'm going to turn this off now because otherwise I'm going to fall down this hill.
We also had a local wine and a local beer, which were both really good. It was about 44 euros for both the pizzas, the wine, the beer, and the tiramisu, and it was super good value.
Now it's time for one of the most creative cocktails we've ever seen.
Nikki's happy, she's getting a cocktail. Superb, thank you. So, Cami Cocktail Bar, well worth it, wasn't it?
Definitely.
So unique in the way that they actually present and deliver the cocktails, but more than that, the quality is top notch. Look, price-wise, what was it about?
They're about 13 euros per cocktail, which is like,
About a tenner?
yeah, it's about
£10 a piece, which for a decent cocktail in a nice bar, you're probably sort of talking the same sort of price.
And with the designs that they've got on top as well, it is definitely worth it. It's more of an experience than it is to go there for just a drink.
Yeah, for sure. But, oh, we need to go there tomorrow. Whoops, that old-fashioned's hitting.
Walking around Valletta at night feels calm and relaxed, and the city is safe and still full of life.
Snacks. It's well worth noting when you're in Valletta, that spa is really easily accessible from the main downtown area. And we've just come away from there having spent about 15 euros in total with multiple drinks, multiple snacks, loads of stuff, and a big old bottle of Zeppies just to try, because, you know, when in Rome, you got to, ain't ya? But anyway, back to the hotel. Well, Valletta, day one. If we're being honest with you, it didn't quite go to plan. A couple of the sites we were most excited about, we may have missed. And some of them even buried under scaffolding and renovation, which if you've ever turned up somewhere and you've wanted to visit for years, you'll know exactly how that feels. It's mad to think a city this small, this walkable, this packed with history could still catch us out, but it has.
It could be easy to see this as a write-off, but we haven't, because Valletta had something else up its sleeve. And honestly, what happened on day 2 completely changed how we felt about this place. Next week, we're showing you exactly how we turned it around, the hidden spots, the places that genuinely blew us away, and the one thing that made this whole trip worth every bit of chaos. Trust us, you don't want to miss that one.
If you've been to Valletta or if it's on your list, drop it in the comments below. We reply to everyone. And make sure you're subscribed so you catch part 2 the moment it drops. We'll see you there.